began to slide off and she became skin and bones. I couldn't recognize my own mother anymore. One evening, as she was in her room at the hospital, she was visited by our family friend, Papa Don, who came equipped with a Bible and a word to share. Even though my mom had grown up in the church, she was taught from tradition instead of being invited into a relationship with Jesus. Relationship with Christ is essential. And so that night, on her hospital bed, everything changed. My mom was healed spiritually and was filled with a hope that couldn't be shaken. She knew where she was headed, no matter the outcome of the cancer. And as her treatment progressed, so did her physical healing. A few months later, she was cancer-free. But her war with cancer didn't stop there, and neither did healing and hope. Over the next 10 years, she battled on, through a tumor around her sciatic nerve, colon cancer that required 3/4 of her colon to be removed, and to top it off, breast cancer with a double mastectomy and reconstructive surgery. From the ages of 4 to 15, I saw my mom cycle in and out of the hospital, never knowing if she was going to make it. I guess you could say my childhood was unique, different, the best thing that could have happened to us, actually. Because do you want to know what really shaped me down to my bones? The fact that I never saw my mom upset with God or depressed or adopting a poor me mentality. No, the entire time she found a way to see the good and reminded me how much worse life could be. I mean, she could have been dead, but she wasn't. She was alive. I was alive. You listening to this are alive. Some people weren't blessed with that opportunity. But maybe an optimistic outlook on life isn't natural for you like it was for my mom. Maybe you're angry with God, or maybe you feel like you just can't catch a break. I know how that goes. I also know there are mindset shifts and habits we can incorporate to help each of us lead a more grace-filled, hope-filled life. I believe this book will help point you in the right direction. Just think what would happen if we opened our eyes to all that God is doing in our midst, the good in our personal lives and in the greater world. What if we started sharing those stories with others? What if we began to help people see God in ways they never knew of before? It's going to change your life and the lives of others, I promise. Better or worse? Since the age of 4, I've been given a forced education in how joy works and was introduced to the importance of gratitude toward life because it was almost taken away before my eyes. I'm a routine guy, super type A and a 3-wing 2 on the Enneagram. Yeah, you know the type. Everything planned out, every morning is the same. I wake up to my alarm at 7 a.m., shower, clean my glasses, and grab my Bible. Take my dog Nyla outside to do her business. We eat breakfast together, which is really just me chugging a protein shake because it takes her 17 seconds to devour her food. And then I sit on our couch to read my Bible and share a thought or two on social media. Same thing, every day. One day, I decided to post 2 polls on my Instagram story. I was a little curious that day after seeing so many anxiety-driven posts online. Poll 1. Do you think the state of the world is getting better or worse? Poll 2. As Christians, do you think it's getting easier or harder to be a Christian? Honestly, I don't really know what I was expecting the answers to be, but after 24 hours, I was shocked by the responses. 84% of people said the world was getting worse. 81% said it was getting harder to be a Christian. I was astonished at people's perspectives. I sat there and just didn't understand. I wondered how so many Christians could have such a negative outlook on the future. Do I not have the same outlook on life that most people do? I thought about this for a while and was flooded with emotions. I was so confused, a bit sad and curious, and pretty angry. Angry because I couldn't understand the surprisingly negative results of the polls, and because I had so many follow-up questions that wouldn't fit in the character limit of the questions box on Instagram. I couldn't just sit there and wonder, though. I needed to know how this happened. I needed to do something about it. We need to do something about this. So I began my discovery process as normal with a simple question. Why? Here are some of the reasons people voted the way they did. We are in the last days. We are experiencing censorship and pastors being arrested. Christians are being hated and everyone hates God.